Welcome everyone. We're reviewing the latest City Council meeting held Tuesday, January 18th, 2022 from Farmers Branch City Hall. This is Council Recap on FBTV. Hello again everyone. I'm Jeff Brady, and once again we've changed our format just a little bit. We're doing a very quick review of the City Council meeting, and it was a rather short agenda from this past Tuesday night's meeting, and hopefully during the next few minutes we will provide you with a little context about what actually was discussed and happened. First, something exciting on our city's economic front. During ceremonial items, we presented the fourth quarter economic development update, and it included a very big headquarters announcement for the city. And joining us now to explain the news is Allison Cook, our Director of Economic Development and Planning. Allison,
yes.
Thanks for coming in the studio today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so what's the big announcement?
Well, we learned in December that Interstate Batteries and Freeman Companies signed a major lease for International Plaza, and we had a third insurance company come at the end of the month as well. So we were just elated to have corporate headquarters.
So these are three large companies all coming to relocating their headquarters to Farmers Branch.
Yes, they're coming from various parts of DFW.
And they're all coming to the same building.
They're all coming to the same building, which has a host of amenities. And so when they were looking around to decide site selection in their world, they want to know how far is a commute for all their employees and where they lived, and they did a map of even where everybody lived to figure it out. And their second or third floor has a food court that's been renovated. They have beautiful open space and locker rooms, and it's beautiful.
We toured the building.
Yes.
And you're right. The second floor, I think, has the fitness center.
Right.
And then the third floor, there's a huge food. It's not a food court.
No.
It's more than that. It's like a whole floor of meeting spaces and tables, and I think there's some foosball and pool.
That's true.
There's
a
lot.
little entertainment, maybe some TVs, maybe a pool table.
And the food is really top notch. I mean, we
is.
saw.
It is a lot of options.
And so that's part of what brought all of these companies to Farmers Branch, in addition to the geography.
Yeah,
right?
in addition to the geography, and then of course, us. They get to hang out with us.
Exactly.
But
that's a big
right
plus.
off the tollway, what a premier location. And so Chris Taylor explained to us on Tuesday night about the site selection and why the companies landed there. And it's so important for us to have headquarters because it's hundreds of employees.
Well, and we also talked about corporate headquarters being more or less a catalyst. And it's important to have them come to Farmers Branch because it makes a difference, right?
That's so true. So they will go and they will populate the area by doing their errands. They will eat at our restaurants and they will do shops and errands during the day. And it's just more people in Farmers Branch for our daytime population.
And it's kind of a feather in our cap to say corporate headquarters are coming to Farmers Branch as the primo location.
I totally agree. I concur.
So any other big corporate relocation announcements you want to share with us here on Council Recap?
There will be more, and I can't share today.
Can't
so
say.
Thank you for the question.
Okay. Stay tuned. Is that
Stay tuned.
it? Okay.
Coming soon.
Allison Cook, thank you for joining us. Big news.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. This meeting was one of the shortest in recent memory. It didn't take long. The consent and regular agenda items that were discussed during the City Council meeting included Agenda Item G1, that was to approve a quitclaim of a 15-foot wide waterline easement located within Lot 2, Josie Lane Crossing. Agenda Item G2 was to approve the January 4th City Council meeting minutes. Agenda Item G3 was to appoint a member to the Farmers Branch Local Government Corporation Board of Directors. Agenda Item G4 was to appoint a board and commission member to the Sustainability Committee. And then Agenda Item H1 was to adopt the annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year ending, actually last calendar year, September 30th, 2021, as submitted by BKD LLP. And joining us to explain the significance of this report is Sherelle Evans-Jones, our Director of Finance. Sherelle, thanks for coming in the studio today.
Thanks for having me.
So this was really, what you presented at the council meeting this week was more or less a final report on our annual audit. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Why do we pay an outside firm? I mean, you're a professional. You have a team of professionals in our finance department. So why do we need to pay an outside firm to come in and look over our books?
Well, it's a level of independent review by a certified public accounting firm that's skilled at looking at governmental financial statements to look at the controls and the method in which we develop that set of financial statements to give kind of an additional stamp of approval on the materials that are being put forth.
Well, and just as a skeptic, should citizens think of this review? I mean, we're paying these people for the review.
Correct.
Are we paying them to look for something that may have been missed, or are we kind of paying them to make us look good to the city council?
An audit is an independent look at the financial statement. So, and they charge a fee for their professional skill set to be able to do that. We are paying them a professional fee to review our books and records and tell us whether or not those financial statements are free of material misstatement. What that means is not every little thing, they're not reviewing it down to is this quarter in the exact right spot. They're reviewing at a certain materiality scope that they deem to be reasonable.
Well, and so you did spend a few minutes explaining that relationship, and I thought that was helpful so that council understands these are people with whom we contract, and they do provide a service to the city, but yet at the same time, your team can't really go to them for every single question on a weekly basis, because then our auditors become part of the financial report that you're preparing.
They become too much a part of the financial process. So one of the things about an external audit is that they are independent of the financial process that has happened in the developing of the numbers. And, with new and emerging accounting issues that happen, or with, certain types of transactions that may be non-standard, you always want to have an open relationship with your external auditors to go, hey, this is something that we're encountering, this is what I'm thinking about. But if you have to go to them with everything, then it becomes them being not as independent as they need to be able to take a look at the financial statements when it's time for the audit.
Okay. And you were able to brag a little bit, so we can brag on you here. There was not a single finding. Every question, no problem, none, no finding, no issue. And that was pretty much the totality of the report. So, Sherelle, where do you go from here? I mean, you've already had a perfect report, basically.
Right. Well, you know what? It's like any. I think of it like any sports game. Every season is a new season, and when we start the year, which we're already into the
new fiscal year.
Yeah, we're already into the new fiscal year. So it starts from day one of doing the right things, maintaining those financial processes and controls, because at any given point in time, those are constantly being tested, and then there's constantly new and emerging accounting guidelines that we have to make sure that our financial statements live up to. So it's always a challenge.
So you're saying no rest for the weary?
No rest.
No rest at all. Okay, well, it was well done and I think well received. So Sherelle Evans-Jones, thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Keep in mind that every regular meeting of the Farmers Branch City Council can be seen live on FBTV, that is Spectrum Channel 16 here in Farmers Branch, AT&T UVerse Channel 99 throughout the DFW Metroplex, or you can go online at farmersbranchtx.gov. This meeting was also streamed live on Vimeo and our YouTube channel. And this particular program will be made available after each regular City Council meeting and will air after all council meeting replays here on FBTV, and that replay schedule again is at 6 p.m. 7 days a week. In the meantime, the next regular meeting of our City Council will be held February 1st, 2022 at Farmers Branch City Hall. And please note that all meetings are subject to change. Things could change, so check our city's website for updates or call us. Call us here at City Hall, 972-247-3131 for more information. Until then, I'm Jeff Brady, and you are watching continuing coverage of the Farmers Branch City Council on FBTV. Please stay with us.